Did you know that the foods you eat for breakfast may be subtly undermining the blood vessels and muscles that keep you strong where it counts most? Age may not be the cause of lower erections, low energy, or numbness below the waist if you are over 60. Your breakfast may be the cause. The majority of men are unaware that their breakfast either promotes or gradually inhibits good blood flow to the groin. Even more startling is the fact that a lot of people are ignoring a single, easy food that could help change the situation. As a men's health specialist with more than 30 years of experience in urology and age-related performance decrease, my name is Dr. Sarah Brown. I've worked with thousands of guys all over the nation who believed that as they aged, their intimacy was diminishing. What we found was far more encouraging. This is the reality. If you provide your body the proper resources, it will desire to restore circulation to the lower body. Furthermore, neither a prescription nor a medication contains those tools. 5 very particular, easy morning foods. Foods you presumably already know how to employ to target male circulation, contain them. I'll demonstrate how to use them in detail in this video. You'll discover how 5 simple chemicals can strengthen pelvic muscle tissue, improve blood flow there, and promote confidence without causing any negative side effects. I'll reveal a strange mixture that's helping men get results in less than a week, so stay tuned until the very end. Let's begin. Before we begin, please make sure you click the subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss another tip created especially for guys over 60. This is especially important if you're serious about getting your vitality back and increasing circulation where it counts most. Type 1 in the comments if this video resonates with you. Type 0 otherwise. Every response is reviewed, and your suggestions enable me to produce more information that is more suited to your needs. Okay, let's begin with the first food, which you may already have in your refrigerator, but may have been ignoring for years. It's easy, it's familiar, and it can improve blood flow and muscle healing in the most important area when consumed at the appropriate time. The natural remedy for reviving circulation after the age of 60 is plain yogurt. The first ingredient is plain yogurt, which is a natural circulation starter. The number of guys over 60 who have sat across from me, feeling irritated, ashamed, and perplexed about why things down there have changed so drastically, is beyond me. They shrug and say something like, "Doctor, I just have coffee in the morning, maybe a slice of toast if I remember," practically every time I inquire about their diet. They are unaware that as soon as they wake up, their body is starving for certain specific nutrients, especially at this age. And plain yogurt, which they've kept in their refrigerator their entire lives, is one of the most potent providers of those nutrients. I get that yogurt may seem like a simple snack, but let me be clear. If you're a man over 60 and you don't consistently eat plain yogurt, you're losing out on one of nature's best resources for reviving lower body strength and blood flow. Calcium, protein, and probiotics hold the key. The pelvic floor muscles, which sustain erections, regulate urine flow, and keep you steady and balanced throughout the day, are strengthened by protein and calcium, while probiotics aid in reducing inflammation that can clog blood vessels. These muscles are among the first to deteriorate when blood circulation slows down with age. However, your body reacts when you properly nourish them, particularly in the morning. Not because of a medication, but because your blood is flowing again. You feel more stable, have fewer cramps or numbness, and yes, you begin to feel more confident in intimate situations. I recall a 65-year-old patient named James. He admitted to me that it had been more than 2 years since he had a morning erection. He contacted me incredulously after 4 weeks of changing his breakfast to consist of a bowl of basic yogurt with a honey drizzle every morning. Nothing spectacular. "I woke up feeling like I was 40 again, Doc," he added. "That's the strength of giving your body what it really needs when it needs it." The second ingredient is the artery-cleaning quinoa with almonds. In addition to asking about their medicine, I always inquire about their breakfast when I see an elderly man in my office complaining of weak erections, poor circulation, or that persistently heavy feeling in the lower body. Furthermore, it is frequently either non-existent or laden with sugar and empty carbohydrates. What I suggest instead may seem too easy to make a difference, but believe me, a warm bowl of quinoa with almonds on top has changed more lives than you may think. Quinoa by itself is a potent artery-aging ally. It has a lot of fiber and magnesium, which relax blood arteries and increase blood flow. This type of circulatory assistance is not only beneficial, but also necessary for males over 60. When almonds are added, a remarkable transformation occurs. Rich in antioxidants, vitamin E, and healthy fats, these nuts help your blood vessels relax, lower inflammation, and permit stronger, more fluid blood flow. This combination has a direct effect on your capacity to get and keep a healthy erection in addition to being beneficial for your heart. I recall a 69-year-old man named Robert telling me that after retirement, he felt as though his body had begun to shut down. Low vitality, difficulty going upstairs, and waning intimacy. I persuaded him to try quinoa with almonds, blueberries, and a pinch of cinnamon instead of his sugary cereal. His legs felt lighter after 2 weeks. He saw improvements in his sleep and energy levels both inside and outside the bedroom within a month. "I didn't think a bowl of quinoa could accomplish this, Doc," he replied with a giggle. "The reality is that your blood flow throughout the day is influenced by the food you eat in the morning. Additionally, when consumed consciously and warm, this straightforward combo signals your arteries that it's okay to widen. The muscles and nerves that keep you feeling like a guy need to be nourished." A fruit that functions similarly to a natural Viagra without the negative side effects is now available if you're prepared to increase the amount of your circulatory support. It works quickly when consumed at the appropriate time, but most guys ignore it. Let me reveal it to you. The third ingredient is the bedroom fruit, the pomegranate. When I advised my 63-year-old patient Michael to begin eating pomegranates in the morning, I can still picture the expression on his face. "Doctor, I thought that was just a fancy party snack," he remarked, laughing. He was unaware, as are most men, that pomegranates are among nature's most underappreciated resources for reviving blood flow, particularly in the most important areas. Pomegranates include a lot of polyphenols, which are antioxidants that increase nitric oxide, which is the same substance that widens blood vessels and increases blood flow to the groin. Popular erectile dysfunction drugs use the same biological process, but this time you're feeding it food rather than drugs, and it works quickly. Within a week of including pomegranate in their regimen, some of my patients have told me they began to notice increased sensitivity and stronger morning erections. Allowing your body to function as it was intended to has a tremendous effect. Just pure circulatory support right from your breakfast plate. No artificial medications, no negative side effects. I don't know if it's the pomegranate or the fact that I'm finally eating breakfast, but something's definitely waking up down there, Michael told me over the phone 2 weeks later. In actuality, he wasn't imagining it, even though we both laughed. His lower body was experiencing a renewed sense of vitality as a result of the polyphenol's ability to expand blood vessels. Pomegranates are best consumed either right before your main breakfast or on an empty stomach. Here's a tip: all you need is a glass of pure juice or a handful of seeds. To receive the most advantages, choose unsweetened juice or fresh pomegranates. One of the simplest and most revitalizing tools you've been lacking may be pomegranate if you've been searching for a natural approach to feel more alive and energized below the waist. However, you won't want to forego the following meal if you truly want to regain your equilibrium, steady your morning energy, and prime your entire lower body for the day. It's adaptable, creamy, and one of the most effective breakfasts I suggest for supporting circulation when combined with a small amount of healthy fat. Let's continue. The fourth ingredient is the circulation stabilizer, avocado with olive oil. This is the advice that receives the most unexpected responses out of all the ones I've made over the years. They ask, avocado for circulation? However, everything begins to make perfect sense when you learn how your body functions in the initial few minutes after waking up. After going hours without eating, your muscles, including those in your legs, pelvis, and yes, even your penis, are exhausted. Your nervous system needs equilibrium, your muscles need energy, and your blood vessels need nutrition. Your entire lower body can be stabilized in the morning with just half an avocado mashed and drizzled with extra virgin olive oil. Avocados are high in potassium, which controls blood pressure, and monounsaturated fats, which maintain artery flexibility. Additionally, adding olive oil, which is high in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory components, gives your body the means to retain nerve sensitivity, enhance blood flow, and control nerve impulses, all of which can be compromised as we age if we're not careful. Male vitality depends on these nutrients' support of circulation, muscle contractions, and even nerve function. William, a 72-year-old patient of mine, informed me that he woke up with a dull discomfort in his groin and heavy, numb legs. He had experimented with massage, stretching, and even prescription drugs. Nothing worked. I proposed a minor adjustment to his usual breakfast before. Try a glass of warm water, half an avocado, and a dab of olive oil. After 3 days, he called and said, "Doctor, I don't know what's going on, but my legs are lighter and I'm not leaning on the nightstand just to get up anymore." He thought it was too easy. There is something essential about eating genuine food, first thing in the morning, something your body is accustomed to, something that brings equilibrium back from the inside out, rather than merely treating symptoms. Although avocados may appear unassuming, when consumed in this manner, they quietly and effectively balance nutrients, improve circulation, and provide you energy for every action. Blackberries, the vitality enhancer, are the fifth ingredient. There is one more thing we need to discuss because information without action does not alter anything. You have now learned 4 meals that can assist in restoring blood flow, strength, and energy down there. The last item is blackberries, which many guys ignore but are very beneficial for muscle and vascular health. Antioxidants called anthocyanins, which are abundant in these tiny dark fruits, fortify blood vessels and increase arterial flexibility. Additionally, they include fiber and vitamin C, which promote muscular function and lessen inflammation. In less than a week, my 66-year-old patient David reported feeling more energized and sensitive after adding a handful of blackberries to his morning. "Doctor," he replied, "I never imagined that something so insignificant could have such an impact. For optimal benefits, consume fresh or frozen blackberries with yogurt for breakfast, or incorporate them into a smoothie. The things you must do, beginning today." I already know something significant if you've read this far. You are concerned. You're not allowing your body to do anything it wants throughout this stage of life. You're still fighting. The good thing is that you have tools now. However, if tools remain in the drawer, they are useless. Acting now, rather than tomorrow, is when real change begins. Begin modestly. Make a commitment to consuming one of the 5 foods we discussed tomorrow morning. It might be a bowl of honeyed plain yogurt. It may be a bowl of quinoa topped with cinnamon and nuts. It is not required to be flawless. It simply must occur. Because one of the most significant decisions you can make for your circulation, self-esteem, and independence is what you eat in the first hour after getting up. No more skipping breakfast. Avoid waiting until you're exhausted, hungry, or already behind schedule. While your body is requesting assistance, give it what it needs. Your blood vessels are at their most receptive during that time. Your muscles are prepared to absorb nutrition at that point. At that point, you can stop the downward spiral and begin restoring what time has attempted to destroy. Even if you might not see noticeable benefits right away, keep up your consistency. Your legs may feel more energized, your groin may feel warmer, your steps may feel stronger, and you may be more responsive where it counts most in a few days. It could improve your quality of sleep. I hope you wake up with a sensation you haven't had in a while. And to be perfectly honest with you, if you're afraid that it's too late for you, it's not. By focusing on this one item and beginning each day with a goal, I have witnessed men in their 60s, 70s, and even late 80s change their vitality, intimacy, and energy levels. Thus, the question is straightforward. Will you wait another day and hope that things change on their own, or will you take that initial step tomorrow morning? Last words. After dealing with guys over 60 for decades, I've come to the conclusion that growing older doesn't diminish your strength. All that is required is what you are prepared to sacrifice. Furthermore, we typically give up more than just our physical selves. We think there is yet hope for reform. However, I'm here to remind you that it is. Now you are aware of 5 potent morning foods that can help restore blood flow, enhance sensitivity, strengthen muscle function, and revitalize areas of your body that may have felt far away for too long. Plain yogurt, avocado with olive oil, pomegranate, quinoa with almonds, and blackberries. These aren't tricks or fads. These are actual foods that have a direct biological impact. Additionally, you know precisely when and how to consume these nutrients to get the most effect. You understand that your vitality, security, self-confidence, and even your relationships are influenced by how you spend your first hour of life. You don't have to completely change everything at once. Simply begin. Begin tomorrow. Take back your mornings. Allow your food to serve you, making each mouthful a potent reminder that you are still crafting your own narrative. It's not over yet. Not at all. At breakfast, you make the decision to take charge of your next act.